Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Six Figure Developer Channel. You may be tuning in for the live broadcast of the podcast. We had a last-minute cancellation rescheduling conflict, so we're going to go with planning for episode 200 tonight. So you could join us and chat and hang out and give us any ideas of what you would like to hear or what you would like to see on episode 200 of the podcast. So before we dive too far deep into that, how's it going?
Oh, you know, it goes. Look what I found.
Anything exciting for the weekend? Ooh, schoolofwoodwork.com.
Yeah,
Florida School of Woodwork.
They're in Tampa.
Nice.
So I think that'd be cool. It's not the cheapest, and they are pretty booked up on the stuff that's coming up soon. But like for $500, you go and you make some stuff somewhere. Anyway, it's good times. I like crafty
that would
things.
make for a terrible episode 200, but I like it.
Here's a spoke
Let's do
shave.
it.
I like it. That's a nice
Oh,
spoke shave.
Episode 200, we could do. I don't know. I have no ideas.
Bill Gates.
Yeah,
Walnut
Bill
and
Gates.
oak.
We need Bitcoin.
Walnut and oak together. I like walnut and maple, personally.
Yeah, but I have oak, and I bought walnut. So.
All right, that's fair.
It's still a light colored wood and a dark colored wood, so I think it'll
Yeah,
still
yeah.
contrast and look nice.
Yeah, yeah.
What I have questions about though is the finish, right? So like the desktop itself already has a finish on it. It's a nice finish. It's semi-gloss. It doesn't grab your fingers like what I feel like polyurethane usually ends up doing. And I was trying to figure out what finish is on there.
It's probably just a wipe on poly.
Like
Or
a
actually,
water-based
it's probably
or something.
it's probably a spray on poly. Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
so
Water based.
because I've got to sand some of the top to take out the top. I think one of the reasons why it split is I think that it had up and down tension in the boards. So when it split, some of it actually cupped and the other half bowed in opposite directions. So even while on the ends, it's perfectly matched up. In the middle where the split is, it's not. So I'm going to have to sand that down. And then I'll have to put on some reasonable finishing solution.
Is that case hardening? Is that what that? When you cut wood, the tension releases and it.
Oh, I don't
I
know.
don't know. Yeah.
The only time I'm familiar with that term is if you had some mild steel and you wanted to harden it, which normally you can't do. But if you surround it with carbon, you can do what's called case hardening, where it only hardens a thin outer layer of the metal. I was gonna type a thing, and then
Episode 200. So for episode 100, which was, I don't know, a year and a half ago.
100 episodes ago, actually.
Thank you for that. That's great.
feels like that'd be 2 years because one episode a week, 50 episodes a
Ish.
year.
Yeah. So about 2 years ago was episode 100, and Ash did a pretty good job of compiling all of the advice from previous guests and looking for the trends and the common themes. So that was a good episode. So if you want to go back and check out episode 100, we could do something similar. We could do something different. We could have an all-out Twitch party, streaming party thing.
Yeah. I like a Twitch party. I don't know what we would do.
Twitch party,
like-
don't stop.
We could like crank up the jams, get some disco music or disco
like
lights
strawberry and like marmalade, or
What?
going. Yeah.
you know, like the jams.
Just bad.
Sorry.
I don't think you are.
Yeah, Yeah, so look,
Not that,
case,
sorry. Sorry.
case hardening with wood is a thing, by the way.
Was that what you're talking about though, or is it a different thing?
Yeah, it is. The tension in the wood will cause it to move once you release some of that tension after you cut it.
Okay, cool.
So they probably ripped it and then immediately glued it up, and then it tried to move after that.
It took on the moistures and was unhappy.
Yeah, so in case anybody's wondering what it is we're actually talking about, Clayton had a desktop, a standing desk, right? You got a standing desk with a glued up laminated oak top that split and broke. So he's going to repair it. Stuff.
A rare
Ooh.
look behind the scenes.
Now we can see. Pay no attention.
So that's the. Can you guys see that? Yeah. That's the top. You probably can't see it too great. Anyway, it's split here. And so I
It's a good looking top, quite frankly. For an oak top, so I like it.
Coding on a Monday, Wes says. Yeah, we had a last minute rescheduling, so we figured we would take this opportunity to try to do some planning for episode 200.
He does have a
So
point.
if anybody has any suggestions for episode 200, let us know. We were saying for episode 100 about 2 years ago, Ash compiled all the advice from our previous guests and went through some of the themes and I don't know, best recommendations, best thoughts.
Yeah. Trying to pull together commonalities and everything else.
Yeah, normally I try to only code on Wednesdays, but whatever. And here's the here's a bow tie that I'm gonna put as an inlay in that desk for anybody who was curious.
Oh, is that the walnut you were talking about? The walnut in the oak?
Yeah. I've got, I don't know, 10 or 15 of these things cut out.
Wes, for episode 200, I'm assuming Wes wants to see Clayton code in Blazor, like not JavaScript, but C#. Oh, Xamarin. Okay.
Oh, I've been getting better at the Xamarins.
Clayton and Xamarin and John to use AutoMapper.
Ooh, actually, watch this. I'm gonna show some code that I shouldn't show. I made a thing.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it for a second.
Not that. Group. Okay, so I've got this group XAML, right? And it's got 2 columns and then just a row, whatever. But the thing is, so like you can't have like a dynamic grid. Like you have to individually say you're on column 0, row 0, you're on column 1, row 0, and then you have to say you're on column 0, row 1 or 2, and so all the way down. You can
Turtles all the way down.
Yeah, you can dynamically add rows. That seems to work, but you can't dynamically just let it go. Oh, this is the first item, so it goes in the first column, and this is the second item, so it goes in the next column. It's
Yeah, that's how it
stupid,
could work.
Wesley. But anyway,
Yeah, that's how grids work. Well done.
so I have the need for receiving of dynamic data, where I don't know how many items are necessarily going to be in this grid, and so you have to like manually put the items into the correct columns. But I've made this group control that allows me to just bind to the view model, which has a list of I component builder items. And then I made this component builder interface, which has a create component method that returns a view. And then for each item in the list, I create a column, I create a component and tell it what row and what column to go into based on the information that I has. And it's a fairly generic group component.
Wes said you're one on 11 and 12 is redundant.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
No, that's not. That has to be that way. Oh, this? No, that's. This is
In the
so I can,
XAML.
This is so I can create one
In the XAML.
in the XAML. Oh, well, yeah, I was just playing with stuff. I could do star.
Hey, if we want to,
But I'm getting better, Wesley. I'm getting the better. I'm even the MVVMing. Just thought I would show that. I thought you'd be proud. Not impressed.
are you not entertained?
All right, back to math stuff where math won't laugh at me.
Well,
Yeah, probably will.
I want to talk about episode 200.
Yeah, 200. I'm listening. I'm talking. I'm just.
Wes says it seems like you might have just wanted a list view.
No, I need the 2 columns. And the list view doesn't have columns. I would have had to done a view stack. Or stack layout. But then the stack layout doesn't guarantee me that all of the rows will have the same height in the list view. They'd have different heights if stuff was different. At least that's my understanding. And I don't want 2 components where 1 component will suffice.
Put a grid in a column cell.
Why would I do that? that feels like nested divs. Just divs all the way down. Or
Designing with tables.
a table in a table.
I was
Shut up,
really
Wesley.
good. I was really good. I was really good at table layouts.
Got
Like HTML
that
tables.
1 pixel GIF, just perfect. I never had to use one of those. Like I used tables and stuff, and I never had to do like the magic picture and stuff.
List rows are the same height unless you specify for them not to be
Okay, well, still,
or to not be.
I'm using 1 control instead of or 1 component instead of 3.
Were you here last week when he spent an hour and a half trying to overload an operator
I think he
or
was.
create his own operator?
It would have been sweet. It was good practice though, because I ended up still needing it. See, we're never using this. Well, that's because we don't have a. I need a test for a determinant that is actually 0.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah,
It should be pretty easy to come up with.
Yeah.
What's the determinant? Yeah.
2 by 2x2 matrix with a 0 determinant.
What about when
Google.
So our latest recording of the podcast was episode 198 with Cecil Phillip, where he said they resurrected the Away from the Keyboard podcast, where they interview guests about what they do away from the keyboard.
A keyboard.
We sort of did something along those lines when we talked about our personal projects and hobbies.
Yep. A little bit.
But, it's been a while since we've talked about what we do away from the keyboard. And there's been not a lot to do in the last year or so, other than personal hobbies and such. Moving into the basement, whatever.
Is it A, B, C, D?
I haven't done anything since I've moved into the basement.
No, then maybe that's not the makings of a good episode.
I've done one thing, but
That's not safe for the podcast, though. So it's probably not don't want to talk about that.
Oh, that's not even the one. It's this one. It's 6, 4, 3, 2.
All right, Wes, help us out. Besides Xamarin and AutoMapper, what else for episode 200?
How am I doing these? Yeah. Oh, okay. No, 0. Right. Okay. And then this is so that's invert actually. So if I try to invert this matrix,
I think Bill Gates is not making public appearances at the moment.
why not?
Wes asked if we could get Bill Gates for episode 200. One of those clickbaity articles I saw said that he was holed up in his compound with his kids or something.
What's at knife point?
I don't know. I don't.
Aw.
I try to make sure not to click on clickbait articles.
Matrix 6, 4, 3, 2. Countdown.
But you missed.
Invert.
That's not a countdown.
Look, you count down the way you want to. I'll count down the way determinant? Maybe? No.
Invert.
Determinant? No. Determinant? No.
It's invert matrix with zero determinant.
That's not the part I'm trying to figure out.
It's how do you spell determinant?
Yes.
We'll just go up or down and find the right. It's spelled definitely wrong, but
Yeah. There's no up and down when it's just wrong.
When it has no idea what you're trying to spell.
yeah, no, but you've spelled it in another test, like
Oh.
two
Well,
or three
apparently
away.
a invert zero determinant matrix is fine. We've
But there
put
it is.
Yeah, when you choose a completely different word altogether, sure,
That's
it
right.
works.
We've put the matrix in timeout. It is in
So be-
determinant. Okay, determinant. There we go. Okay. What'd you say?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Wes asked if we have merch we could give away.
I wish. We
I
don't.
got
We don't even.
stickers.
We don't even have merch we can sell.
I got a lot of stickers.
We could do code reviews.
Because they've been beating down our door so far for the code reviews.
Well, that's because they've been watching me code. They're like, yeah, I'm not sure I want these people to see my code. We should get merch though. It'd be cool to like go somewhere and see somebody wearing a 6-figure hat.
That sentence was longer than it needed to be. Be cool to go somewhere.
Oh, I go somewhere all the time. For Memorial Weekend, I'm going to Kentucky.
I'm going the following week, I think.
Why you waiting?
Cause.
Just cause. Hoping they'll reopen the pipeline. Gas won't be so much. Is that still a problem even?
Is that
I
a
don't
problem
even
with you guys?
No,
No, gas.
No.
Gas actually went down here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not fed by the pipeline. We're fed by barges across the Gulf.
That's what I figured.
That isn't to say that stupid Floridians didn't go out and rush.
I like the pictures
Take
of the
all the
people
gas.
with like trash bags full of gas in the back of their cars. Like,
Especially since the gas.
yeah, like those trash bags generate static electricity, and then
Well,
the gas probably eats through them after a while.
yeah, the gas definitely.
It's like
eats through
everything
it.
about that is a bad idea.
Plastic, like dissolves like, and
And
plastic
I'm
is a
pretty
petroleum
sure
product.
it's a problem that's going to solve itself.
I mean, I think it did. Didn't somebody's Hummer burn down? Because they
That's
had
hilarious.
because they had trash bags of gas in it, or maybe they were filling up the plastic gas containers, but like filling them up in the car, which is also a static electricity problem. Got to put them on the ground. Yeah, test method.
Remember, for folks, safety first.
Public void. So for anybody who's curious, it's not that I can't type, and it's not that there's anything wrong with the keyboard. I'm off kilter when we're recording, so I'm actually typing at an angle, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
That took an entire week for you to come up with that excuse.
Shut up! It's true.
So whenever I'm doing an episode and it looks like I can't type, it's just because I can't type.
Yeah, and if I ever get back to typing on screen, it'll be because my thumb is still numb.
Yeah, John can't feel his hands all the way up to the elbow.
How many keys do you use your thumb to hit with? I'm just curious.
All of them.
The space bar.
That's the only way he types. Just thumbs.
Well, so my thumb is completely numb, and my index finger is like mostly numb, and I use my index finger a lot in typing.
Last summer, I had to learn how to type with one hand. That was good. I got pretty quick at it, and then when I got used to my other hand again, I got all like slow and nasty with my typing.
We're in just terrible shape.
Yeah,
Keeping surgeons in business, though.
I turned 40 in a couple days.
Happy birthday! Ooh, should we do something for your 40th birthday and episode 200 all in one cake?
We'll see. What day would that be? That'd be Thursday. Yeah, we could do happy Death Day and
Happy Death.
Yeah, like if we did something Wednesday, that's the day before my birthday, so that's good enough.
I mean, why not just go straight to the 3rd? You might be actually celebrating it with your family or something.
I mean, I'll be at home sitting
That
on the
sounds
couch
terrible.
eating cake and watching TV. I don't know. There's not a whole lot going on.
You could do that on a stream.
Here's Clayton expanding his already expanded gut.
I mean, hey, I got no.
What the what?
Are you not on your... Oh, you're not on an ultra wide. You're just on a 4K. Clayton's.
Yes,
window.
I am
Yes.
on a 4K.
Not an ultra wide. Okay,
Not an
that's
ultra
right.
wide. That's why mine is actually wider than when you do it. Because I have a real monitor.
Ooh.
Two
Big
of them,
words
actually.
from...
Three of them. I got another one over there. I'm going to order a fourth.
I don't understand.
It's a monitor. It's how we view things on the computer.
Right, but like, you can still have 16:9 content on an ultra wide.
Apparently not if your name is John with an H.
So I've got not the full two 1080s, right? I've got the 30
Yeah,
four
I got the
inch.
same one.
He's got a somewhat wide.
And so, and then I move one window to the left, one window to the right. So it's not the full 1080 wide. And then I share just that section of the screen.
Oh, so you do half.
Yeah.
Halvesies.
So I share half the screen, which isn't a full 1080.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, you could share
Which is,
more.
I could, but then I can't just window left or window right to move them and snap them into place.
That's
Which is
fair.
why I might upgrade to the full two 1080s.
Nice.
Home keys are very important.
Or you, yeah.
I was just responding to Wesley.
Yeah, if I get off on the home keys, I can't actually feel it, and so when I glance over and see what I'm typing, I just realize, oh, I've been off a row or something, and just have to go and redo it all.
Just reset your keyboard so that it's off.
I mean, pretty soon, if keyboard manufacturers are anything like my team, they'll probably just put machine learning into the keyboard to recognize the fact that you're off your home row, and then it'll automatically correct for you. Evidently, machine learning fixes everything.
That and sprinkle a little DevOps in it. You're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what more could you ask for? Who can take a rainbow?
You don't have a test to
It's
cover.
a sing-along hour.
Static.
So we still don't have any ideas for
Oh no,
200.
I mean, we haven't actually done like a just us episode in a while, anyway.
It's true. Have any topics that we might want to cover? Have we looked at the backlog of topics that hasn't been touched in a while?
I don't think we have.
You know, here's one that's introducing new tech to the team, or
Oh, are you looking at the suggestions?
yes, I'm looking at our, we're standing on the shoulder of giants. Could be a good ranty one.
Tiger team. Clayton was saying that he's been a member of a Tiger team before,
It's true. It's true.
and a unicorn team, and a Phoenix project.
Cover the bases.
Hey, Blazor, Mr. Magoo is here. Welcome. If you're just joining us, this is normally the time that we live stream the podcast. We had a late minute rescheduling, so we are taking the time to do some live coding during our normal podcast time and coming up with ideas on what to do for episode 200, which is coming up in a few weeks. So if you have suggestions or thoughts on what you might like to see or hear for an episode 200, we are all ears. Wes has been making some suggestions and being promptly shot down, so appreciate that, Wes. Keep them coming. Hot tub stream was the latest one. I think we'll spare everyone and say no thank you.
Yeah.
My neighbors do have a hot tub. It seems like a pretty nice setup. I could ask them.
We have a hot tub.
Let me just drive up to Ohio. Illinois, where are you?
Ohio.
Ohio.
Almost Canada. I mean,
Practically.
Doesn't Callaway have a hot tub? He still.
I do,
He
but
does.
Clayton's not allowed over.
I mean, that's fair.
We babysit his screamer for a weekend, and he's just not allowed over anymore.
He doesn't do that anymore. Now he just poops everywhere.
Still not allowed over. Blazor Mr. Magoo says the benefits of rewriting.
Ooh.
There's not really a lot of benefits.
It depends on who are we benefiting here.
Although Mr. Magoo brings up an interesting thought, though, arguing for things that we normally argue against, or shooting down things that we normally promote.
Yeah, he said, sort of serious. It can be a good way to understand the code. I think that's fair. Yeah, I've run into trying to understand what existing projects did and then uncovering bugs and flaws with existing code bases. And then figuring out if fixing them would be the right thing to do or re-implementing them in the bug because other systems or downstream systems or something might have the expectation of that flaw or that failure or whatever.
I like to look at the code and be like, this is terrible. Why would they do it this way? This is stupid. This is the worst way to possibly do it. And then I start refactoring until I get to a point where I'm like, oh, that's
why they did that. Yeah. Yeah. Going against the best practice, especially when best practice is not actually best in your circumstance. Yeah, I think last code stream, last Wednesday, you were going down that path of, oh, they did this stupid. And then, wait, that's, that's why they, right.
Never mind, it makes sense now. That's why I left a comment. See? Or no, that's identity. I left another comment, didn't I?
Nope.
Oh, I thought I had.
It was commented on the.
He did, and then he saw that. Oh, it's a comment. Well, I don't like comments. Deleted it.
Could be. I left this one because how else am I supposed to know? I guess I could do like. Not that. Can you do a var? Okay, stop it. Can I do that like in a parens or something? Nope.
Could you also not use two lines?
I could.
That's what
he's 3 lines, I guess.
Why we did this, not how we did this. Oh, it's much better. I'm so glad you did that.
Could you at least assign it up there, please?
Why?
That makes me feel better.
Oh. Can't figure out the name of this function.
What are we testing?
Looks like it's multiply underscore.
Right. Well, so they have several describes underneath. Well, here, I'll drag it over. They have several describes underneath multiply. So they've got multiply, and that's where they have this alias function, which is why that was first for, whatever reason. And then they have describe. So they have a set of test scenarios that are all requiring the same setup, I guess. I guess these are written in a way that they could be just assert.
I think so.
So I'll do that. So it disappeared.
Wait, did you still bring in system.math and alias it as maths?
Yes, it is.
That's still this code base. Okay,
maths.
Good.
Which I didn't actually commit or push this up. So maybe today.
Even though I told him to do so.
I'm not a good listener.
It wasn't broken, so he needed to break it first.
Ta-da!
But my point was we broke it every time the test didn't run.
Yeah, but we fixed it too fast. This one's been broken for like 10 minutes. This is a good break.
We better keep on going then.
Or can have.
I got a suggestion from text message of Rube Goldberg coding, which I think is what we're doing right now.
Somebody too shy to type it in the text.
Yep.
Just put it on the internet. It's fine. I don't know why I dropped again.
I did kind of want to put together like a perpetual state machine using like all of the Azure services.
Oh, that could be fun.
And like an event fires an Azure
costly.
function, which drops a file into blob storage,
Better put a timeout in there somewhere.
which throws an event, which fires a function. No, it's just, and the timeout is when you run out of credits.
Yeah.
That would be fun to see how many Azure events we could get strung up together.
Strunged together.
Strunged together.
All right, so we have. It should put stuff
Without
into
using
the-
another one like twice.
We could do like a code challenge. How quickly can you run out of Azure credits?
That's easy. That's not a challenge.
No, like through events, not just through scaling up through the ceiling.
Database, big. Done.
Hyperscale. Oh, I'm done. I've worked on that project, by the way.
I thought this. Oh well, it doesn't know what's going on yet.
No, it really doesn't. I hear screaming, laughing, happy children.
No, you don't.
All right, fine. I don't.
Couldn't be my kids. No, I'm pretty sure it is absolutely my children.
Do I know anybody willing to rewrite Azure functions first? Like rewrite Azure function runtime, or just rewrite it an Azure function?
Like as an Azure function.
Like I'll write an Azure function. I'm not going to rewrite the Azure function's runtime. The other fun part was when Alan from Coding Blocks and I did the joint, the crossover episode on Azure Functions at Ignite, the day that they released the next major version of Azure Functions. And we had to completely change what we were talking about because
That's awesome.
everything changed. It was great.
What's the complaint?
Yeah,
about?
Blazor Mr. Mew
Matrix.
says, oh, the runtime. You can't string a load together without writing the runtime, right? Well, yeah, if Clayton were doing this, yeah, he would actually absolutely have to rewrite everything, including the OS from scratch.
What? I write OSs. What's going on?
I like to code. Ash, what were you saying?
Trying to understand why we're passing a result in.
Because it's the API that I was given. I don't ask.
Okay.
I mean, I do ask questions, but
He learned himself.
well, we're just reproducing an API. Once we have the API reproduced and we can see how it's used, then we can make API modification decisions. The reason I didn't upload this yet is because I don't have the license in yet. And I wanted to get the license in since, at least for right now, we're pretty much copying the code as best we can.
Fair enough. Although the license is what the
It's the MIT README. I
MIT
just have to throw
license.
a README like in this folder or whatever. Well, and I haven't even extracted the class file into where it's going to end up at. I want to say, what's it complaining about? Implicitly typed local variables cannot have multiple declarators. Didn't we do this somewhere? Yeah, here. What? Do I need to double it?
yeah.
I don't know why. Why? Like, it should be able to look at this.
It can't infer that.
It's stupid. How come I gotta after the first one it works just fine? Okay, anyway.
Did we post a link to the? I know we did last time, but
Not in a
this
while.
thing?
No.
No, not today.
was it GL Matrix?
So do we settle? Are we gonna devil's advocate ourselves? Or did another topic come up? What's going on?
We're still getting suggestions.
Not console out. Jeez. 0 equals A0 times B0.
You're taking that as devil's advocate, or are you taking
Yeah.
just?
Well, so like if we take things that we would normally suggest against and we make an argument and fight for them, I mean, that's devil's advocate. Right? I think.
Yeah, no, that's what I would say.
All right, that's the one to beat.
But I would say, in addition, if we're going to go that way, we're going to have to come up with some topics.
Topic schmock. No, I can't say it.
Well, yeah. So Clayton's out. And Ash, you did such a good job with the outline for episode 100.
Perfect. That I won't have to do it this time.
That we're going to go ahead and ask you to do that again. Hey, Tech Workbench is here. Welcome. So this, if you're just joining us, this is normally the time that we live stream the podcast, but we had a last minute cancellation or rescheduling rather. So we are taking the opportunity to continue doing some live coding on Clayton's Blazor game engine project. And we're also brainstorming ideas of what to do for episode 200 of the podcast, which is coming up in just a few weeks. I think Blazor Mr. Magoo has given us the one to beat so far is a devil's advocate type episode where we're going to advocate for things that we would normally
For not doing TDD.
right.
And then staying
That was long
and working 80 hours.
Not here yet.
And staying at work and working 60 to 80 hours a week.
Tiger teams and
Tiger
Phoenix
teams.
projects.
What are the other things that...
The matrix syntax, like seriously. Okay.
Using single letter variables everywhere?
Yeah, no, that's definitely the way to go.
Tech Workbench says, how did you guess I was working 60 to 80 hours?
Hopefully not for one job.
Is that over the span of 3 weeks? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, a month. Perfect.
Oh, look at how super helpful that is. Matrix 2 is not Matrix 2.
It's true.
That's good. They probably can't read it because it's really tiny, but that's the least helpful error that I think we could get. Let's break here. See what out actually is.
Wes is suggesting what about talking about a list of resources that are good to use to learn?
20, 18,
That'd be good.
26. Well, that's not close at all.
Maybe that's why they're not the same.
I mean, it's possible. It's matrix A times matrix B, right?
I think you did the maths wrong somewhere.
It's very possible. Out, matrix A times matrix B. That's where we are. And then we expect that the out will be equal-ish to 23, 34, 31, 30, 46.
I mean,
Only if
define
she's
ish.
5'3". I didn't get a break today.
You got a couple egg sandwiches.
I got a couple of egg sandwiches. Let's see.
I was supposed to have a nice dinner, but because we're gonna have a late podcast, and
Okay, so let's look at DOS matrix calculation. It's right here. I'll make
Ooh,
sure I've
we
got...
Blazor Mr. Magoo has given us the clickbait headline. These guys just wrote some code. You won't believe what happens next.
Yes.
it broke.
Yeah,
It broke.
It fails to build.
An hour and a half later, they finally get it working.
Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. I mean, it seems like it'd be simple enough. 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. A0 times B0 plus... Don't tell anybody.
Hey, it worked.
Wow, that passed quick.
Yeah. It's because I saw the sign, and then I changed it.
And it opened up your eyes.
Yeah. All right. Look, why is the... Why?
Because
Oh, because we were in the middle of debugging. All right, so I'm going to assume, since that one passes, and we just copied the body of the method, that the rest of these things should pass. So, our same, and we expect out to be the same as result, the same as in the exact same object. We expect that it should not modify matrix A and it should not modify matrix B are equal. I'm going to copy these.
Yeah, Wes, the greatest part about this is that Ash doesn't know pop culture at all, so he has no idea what we're talking about.
It's the best.
Clayton, you're using MS Test, right?
yeah, I think so.
Yes. Not by choice. It's just the first project that popped up, so it's what I'm using.
Yeah, we talked about this last stream or the stream before that I prefer XUnit these days. That's my first go-to. Clayton really doesn't care. It's whatever shows up. He just goes with.
It's all the same.
In some ways, you're kind of right. I don't know.
There are features that InUnit or XUnit have that
Sure.
MS Test doesn't have, but they're not that special to me, and it's nothing that I can't create a helper method for in like 5 seconds. So, meh.
Or, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Well,
Besides,
this
look
will
at
only
this.
take 5
I've
minutes. We're just gonna create a quick.
I've got
helper
assert
method.
that. Once you have assert that, you don't need anything else.
Fancy.
Assert that as an extendable object, in case you were curious, Ash. So you can,
I was curious.
yeah, you can write extension methods for it,
Aha.
and then you can
Then you
assert
bring in
that whatever the heck you want.
and then you bring in fluent assertions, and then you can chain them all together. And
What's
Great.
wrong with you?
Yeah. Why would you chain them together? I don't understand.
Because then you could be like assert equal, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I said not that I wouldn't do it. I don't. So
yeah, I like fluent assertions well enough. I was just poking fun that Clayton is the anti-Mikey. He hates everything, so it's fun.
I like things to remain as simple. Okay, so from my side projects, you would never know this. But when I'm at work, I like to keep things as simple as possible. And libraries or languages or frameworks that increase complexity, I generally don't like. Sometimes I can be warmed up to them. But in general, I like to keep things simple. just not my side
Simply
projects.
complicated.
I use my side projects to learn the complicated stuff. Simple is not easy, Tech Workbench. All of this is me going through the pain so that when eventually somebody does decide to use my Blazor game framework, it will be simple and easy for them. But it is neither simple nor easy for me.
6 years from now.
Boy, you're optimistic. When Matrix A is the... Why would I... Okay.
Let's just be honest. Blazor won't be a thing anymore.
When this is finished, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
In fact, he might be on a rewrite
All right, so
when the next thing comes.
when the first matrix is also the output matrix, it should place the values into that matrix. Okay, whatever. We don't actually care that... Well, no. So we would have... Yeah, the result needs to be... And then we expect matrix B to equal matrix B.
Wow. Yeah, this is just...
But we don't actually care about matrix A because we've modified matrix A and we've tested that above. Okay, got it. Yes, darling.
I hate this API.
Well, this is why we copy it and then change it. But when I'm assuming I haven't even looked. When matrix B is the output matrix, then this becomes B. This becomes B.
That becomes A.
This becomes A, and this becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. Too many, too many. Go, space, go. No, stop it.
Nope. You got an extra comma still.
There, I reformatted it. Okay, yeah, A passes. What do you know? And that is multiply.
Sushinator says, wondering if you were more people coding, would the matrix be bigger?
Ooh, well, we'll get to 3x3s and 4x4s later.
To be fair, Clayton's the only one coding right now. We're just watching.
We're mostly heckling.
Yes,
As you do.
we're giving chat the voice that they wish they could yell at the screen, or they're yelling at the screen.
Oh, I didn't see Mr. Did you comment on Mr. Magoo's thing?
Oh,
don't
and
like assert as a verb in test. It feels like a barrier to inclusion. Confirm feels better.
But then it'd be
From a language
AAC.
standpoint, sure. Then you can do this. Nope, stop it. Using confirm as
No.
system dot. What is it? System dot.
It's
Oh,
right
it's
above
Microsoft
you.
Visual
Microsoft
Studio, yeah.
Visual Studio testing tools unit testing.
Dot assert. See, we can do. Am I doing it backwards again?
Yeah, you have to say equals.
No. It's confirm. It's. I think it's this as. Confirm. Confirm. Where did we do it in maths?
Yeah, where's maths when you need it?
Like I said.
It's here.
There's an equals.
Oh, I hate you, Ash.
If you would have just listened to me.
No, I don't like you.
What if it were in the form of a white paper? Would you see, Mr. Magoo? See what you made him do.
And then just for Mr. Magoo, coming here. There. You happy?
So this will be included in episode 200 of things you could do, things you can do with using statements. Just don't, because you're going to confuse everybody.
The best part about this is, you could completely change the API. And then people will look at your code and be like, what are all these things? Especially especially when you put all these like in your own namespace or something, and then just import your namespace. Then the people can't see these things. All right.
Are you using XUnit, InUnit, MS Test, or Clayton Test?
Well, this would be Mr. Magoo test.
Clayton.
Mr. Magoo Test.
Yeah, I think I can see Mr. Magoo's point on the confirm language, but I particularly like assert because it sort of comes from the logical, mathematical world of making an assertion of describing what a logical assertion that'll take place. So, sort of from a proof standpoint,
Assert is the mathematical version.
it's a mathematical term that's being set there.
They used a proper term, not one that made sense.
Correct, not one that you use in common language.
Right.
Yes.
You know, because all developers are mathematicians at heart.
Correct.
Sure.
yeah, professor.
Did you just actually the entire chat? What'd you guys do?
Dev-splaining.
The Amish guy dev-splained to us.
I was commenting. I was quoting Mr. Magoo.
Right.
And laughing.
Quoting.
So if you're just joining us, this is normally the time where we live stream the podcast, but we had a late last minute rescheduling. So we are taking this time to do some live coding on Clayton's Blazor game engine project.
Or something.
And we are also taking suggestions on what we might do for episode 200 coming up in the next couple of weeks. So if you have any recommendations or suggestions on what you might like to see, what you might like to hear out of episode 200 of the podcast, just drop us a line in chat.
Yeah, this output matrix stuff has got to go. That's just terrible. I do not like this interface. Okay. Result equals. I mean, it's not going to go until we get everything.
I understand. You don't need to go to.
Can you at least alias Matrix 2 to something else?
We're not doing any facts. We're only doing test methods. But yeah, if we were doing whichever one it is, in unit, X unit, with the facts, then yeah, we're only doing facts. We're not doing whatever they're called, where you can have the shared state. I'm loving it. Theory, yes, that. Not a mathematician, don't work in theories. Like Mark Twain?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Twain.net is.
There's probably a helper library named Huckleberry. Just get that.
But don't use the one called Tom Sawyer because you end up doing twice the work and then.
Wow, I want to say that was really good.
Yeah, but it's not pulp culture.
It's not pop culture.
It's not
That's
contemporary
like from the
culture.
1850s.
Right.
100
So
years
I
old.
get that one.
You just got that book on the farm, didn't you?
Oh.
It's a new release.
Right.
Why are you gonna... Are you trying to write a printer driver in C#? I would not recommend. I mean, it might be fun. Rotate. No, not rotate. Rotate. Out.
Hey, don't discourage, all right?
Yeah.
That could be a very fun project.
I said it could be fun.
I mean, you're writing a matrix library.
To be fair,
technically,
to
I'm
be
copying
fair,
one.
he's copying a Matrix library.
Just say it.
And then a site. Ow.
Yeah, Wes, I think he is. What do they call it? Like you're on your sabbatical or something.
Romspiel or what's it called?
Rammstein.
Yes, Rammstein.
I don't know.
You prefer twirl? Twirl, 10 degrees.
All right,
I could be down with
alias it.
that.
Do it.
Technically, though, unfortunately, this is actually a mathematical operation. We are rotating the matrix, which means that everybody's going to fall over. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. I mean, it doesn't matter that much. Oh, sorry. Got to get used to these new standards.
So Sushinator says, no, I might have the task of scanning in C#. The official SDK is old and it might be broken. It will be an interesting project either way. We'll go ahead and say that might be broken is absolutely broken.
Assuredly broken.
I mean, it works 100% on .NET 2 and Windows 98.
Yeah, Windows 7 machines, it's blazing fast.
3, 4, -1, -2.
The only printer integration that I have was from our former employer. When I had to go and change out the
when you were tech support?
printer control board out of the printer all of a sudden broke, and then they replaced the printer with the exact same model.
And it didn't work at all.
Our application started printing out like halfway through the piece of paper. So the solution, the temporary workaround, was to disassemble the broken one, disassemble the working one, take the printer control board out of the broken one, and put that one into the new working printer. And then all of a sudden it worked again. Because while they are the exact same model, the printer control board was a revision older. Or was a revision newer. The new one was a revision newer.
You used the word solution. And I'm not sure that you are using the word...
The workaround.
As a definition that I am familiar with.
Needless, the client wasn't too happy.
Well, failure then.
But they got their printer working again.
Did they?
Yes.
Matrix.
Yeah, like 15 years ago or something, I worked at an inkjet remanufacturing company. Like inkjet cartridge remanufacturing, refurbishing. And they would go and buy printers in bulk, like from just the regular old store, and run them into the ground until they just collapsed and replace them.
Yep.
I took a massive HP LaserJet 4 or 5 or something like that. It was big. It was like the size of a desk. I took it out of an old army barracks that was going to get knocked down. We were supposed to clear it out, so I did. And I took it
into
home.
your trunk.
Yes, I took it home, and I had recently taken a A+ hardware course and learned a whole bunch of stuff about printers. So I was like, sweet, let me see if it works. Printed out like a completely black paper. So I was like, oh, okay, I know what's happening. So I took it all apart. I got toner all over the living room. And that's pretty much the end of the story because I never got it put back together or working.
That's a great story. Oh, that reminds me. Somebody else brought it up. That was one of the things I wanted to work on today. you need to add name tags for us.
But
Oh,
people
yeah.
don't need to know who you are.
They need
I'm also
to know
noticing
who you
that
are.
my forehead occasionally goes invisible.
And
That's because
see-through.
of your lighting.
That's which I don't know. I guess it changes, but I don't think it does.
I can add.
I thought you were just thinking real hard.
He is.
I couldn't start. I'm gonna have to start like wearing makeup or
All
something.
right, it's gonna get
No,
scary
that's
for a
right.
second.
Uh-oh. Wait, are you still doing Matrix math?
already?
Or are we doing graphics now?
You just said. Golly.
So
Is
Sushinator says, anyone willing to take my questions on Twitter while I do the project?
so the problem is that there's no color that I can make the text where it's guaranteed that it'll work. And they don't have the concept of outline in this thing. Oh, well, hold
Wes said we just lost 15 viewers. I don't know how we went negative.
on. I'm wrong. They've added the concept of outline.
Yeah, Tech Workbench says make a background. Yeah, it doesn't need to be the same frame. Do they call them frames? What are they in OBS?
I don't know. You're using words. I'm pretty sure.
That's usually how I prefer to communicate. I mean, I could send smoke signals, but they might get confused with your barbecue grill.
Okay, so like I'm off the screen. As an example, I mean, is that sufficient?
It's perfect.
That's as an example. If that works, I'll put it on you guys as well. But I'm just saying, does that work?
Yeah.
I can
Sure.
put a background on it later, but right now, it is what it is. All right.
Hey, stop moving me.
All right, it's your turn. Say hi to the folks.
Hi, folks. I'm so sorry. But
You're awfully blurry.
the other two we had they're fired. So
Oh, this
how we
means
doing?
we won't overlap at all. Will
Well,
we?
you can't, or else it messes everything up.
Well, you could center. Can you center the
The text under
text?
like in the middle of
Yeah.
each frame.
I
Sushinator, I will follow you on Twitter and see what we're talking about.
Yeah. I'm happy to see what I can do to help, but
There,
I
like
certainly
that?
can't.
probably.
Hold on, I'm on Twitter.
Yes.
Not filtering.
Yeah, like that.
That looks
Exactly
like-
that.
German or something. Is that German?
No, it's English. What?
Yeah.
Berlin, Germany. I was right, wasn't I?
All right, so like that, and then I can slide back over. I don't need to be all up in the screen.
Oh,
They're like that.
yeah, I think that's finish.
All right, everybody, get ready. Ash, you're up.
A whole lot of ash.
Whole lot of. Oh no, that's Ash. That's wrong. It's this one.
Oh. Wait.
Yeah. Yep. Wrong one.
There's a whole lot of Rosie.
Yeah, that's me.
That's
Oh,
not right
yeah.
at all.
No, there I am.
Why is Ash's screen like transparentish?
That's how I roll. Do I need to turn more light on?
No, but like
So Sasha or Sushinator, is that a wild boar sleeping on a mattress in the street? So confused.
I think I think I know part of the reason why you're all weird.
Well,
Well,
not
other
all
doctors
of
have tried,
Not
but
all the reasons why.
Wait, hold on.
I'm so confused. Why is he all green now?
Because reasons. You have
I mean,
chroma
my
key,
skin
but
is
yours,
translucent.
Yours isn't. No. But your name was translucent, and so is your shirt. And I don't feel like it should be.
It's a blue shirt.
So I'm gonna. Can I copy? Copy. And then
Does this help?
paste.
Much better. Leave it.
There. Now
Okay.
you have the
Perfect.
same settings as John Proper. I mean, you do. You
Now his hair is see-through.
I think that's. Oh,
no,
I got
no comment.
it's super shiny because I
You need-
turned on
you
the
need
overhead light.
Different product.
Yeah. Well, usually don't the one shine. I don't know. What do I know?
I don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, neither do I. Does that help?
This is John Ash, and this is John Ash's microphone.
It's like the size of his head. Okay.
But see, yeah, when I pull it too far in, there we go.
Now,
right, so-
now you look like you've got a serious tan.
Well, I was just adjusting the contrast. Trying to
So,
make it
Thanks for the
Your hair's still
detour.
blown out.
Thanks for hanging in with us on that little detour. Now you should see our names, and that may or may not be beneficial to everyone. So back to Clayton's Matrix math library thing. If you're just tuning in, this is usually the time of day of week where we live stream the podcast. But we had a late minute cancellation rescheduling. So we decided to continue on the work of Claytor's Clayton's Blazor game engine project,
Good effort.
and also taking suggestions for what you might like to see and hear from an episode 200 of the podcast. I think right now we're talking about, or we are leaning towards Blazor Mr. Magoo's suggestion of a devil's advocate type episode of advocating for the things that we normally might speak against and come up with good reasons for doing things differently.
Is that how you spell radians?
Yeah, I believe so.
And it is the radians, right? It says rad. So
It
I
is.
assume it's...
Correct.
No! Result 0 equals A0 times cosine plus A2 times the sine. And then we copy, paste, paste, paste. A0, A1, A0, A1. Costs 2, 3.
Yeah, so if there are things that you'd like to hear during a Devil's Advocate episode,
Cost,
if there are
science.
certain topics you enjoy or want to hear different perspectives on, let us know and we'll see if we can't work something up.
Negative sign.
Ash has been voluntold to put together an outline for us.
And he loves it.
He's thrilled, looking forward to it.
Okay, it's already mad at me, so I figure I've got something wrong. A0 times cosine plus A2 times sine. a 1 times cosine plus a 3 times sine, a 0 times negative sine plus a 2 times cosine, and a 1 times negative sine plus a 3 times cosine. 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Return the result. Does anybody
I'm looking right now.
see?
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's so much more helpful. Does anybody see where I have typed this wrong? It's possible that my assertion is just bad, but rotate math pi times 0.5 out matrix A.
This might be an issue.
An issue. What might be?
An ish. Is it too close-ish?
Oh, I thought it could be. Not
Because
that we'll ever know.
Yeah, because you're taking math.pi multiplied by 0.25 and take the sine of sine of that. So
Yeah, it's generally not going to be.
it's not going to be 1, 2, or 3 or negative.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
see.
is an ish. How could we enforce an ish?
Didn't we create an equalish?
We did create an equalish, or something similar. But is it here? Break. I got play. Yes, so we need matrix 0 and expected 0 to be close-ish. Dot is close enough to this. And that's just 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Get rid of nope.
Now it works.
Tech
Good.
Workbench, that's exactly what I was thinking. He was asking us to look to see where he might have mistyped something and immediately scrolled away.
Say what?
Tech Workbench.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
Sushinator, have a good night. Appreciate you stopping by.
Let's see.
Definitely.
Where was we? That's that one. So now we gotta do this one. I like the bigger text.
All right, so I'm taking some quick notes on the episode 200 Devil's Advocate rewrite, Big Bang, Tiger Team, Phoenix Project. Blazor Mr. Magoo had one earlier, like best practices.
Okay. That is rotate. We need. We're getting like halfway down the file.
Yeah, but we're having to because of this stupid out crap, we're having to write all the same tests over.
Don't be so judgmental, Ash.
I hate it.
We're going to talk about that during episode 202. Somebody's getting a review later. Just saying.
My can is full. I need to take out the can bag.
I didn't want to say anything.
Okay, scale.
Dependency injection. How deep should you go?
I'll leave it alone. Scale. And this is scale with separate output matrix. Oh.
Why can't it just return the output matrix?
It is. I don't know why I don't know why you would have the out. I mean, I don't know.
It returns the output matrix and it also modifies the input of the output matrix.
Yes.
And then sometimes it matters. Yes.
I mean, I personally, I wouldn't put most of these as static anyway. They would just be functions on a matrix.
Right.
Or I might make them static functions on a matrix. So,
Sure.
but like you had a starting point.
Yes.
Extensions or whatever.
Well, that's what we can get to, right?
We could, yeah. Scale. So we're gonna scale out matrix A, vector A. So now we've got vectors that we will have to do.
Blazor Mr. Magoo is suggesting on the Devil's Advocate suggestions, dads, starting to build before your design is complete. How about starting to build before you have requirements?
Oh, yeah.
So then, like sending a colleague down the wrong code path on purpose would be like a dad joke.
I asked the kid the other night if I was funny. He said yes. I asked him if his mother was funny, and he said yes. I said, who is funnier, me or your mother? And he said, Mommy, because I don't like dad jokes. And it cut deep.
Oh, because that's the only humor you've got. We went mountain biking with the family, and there's some new jumps at Alafaya on the on one of the trails, and it's where like observers can watch. It's near the old drop training that you can do. You haven't been out in a very long time. Anyway, I felt like I was getting pretty good air, so the family watched, and I thought that my son would get a kick out of seeing me like fly over these hills. And I did a couple jumps, and I came back, and I'm like, "Did you see that?" And he goes, "Yeah, it was awesome." I was like, "Did I get really high?" And he's like, "Well, about that much." Thanks, kid.
I thought you were going to go with, or he was going to be like,
And
yeah, but
you're
it's
out of the
funnier
well.
when you wipe out. Or...
That's something John would say.
It's true. Do you have the video queued up? Can you show that again?
I could show it. I don't have it queued up. It's not like I watch it all the time.
I mean, let's be honest. As
How
much
many
as
of
we
the-
requested,
How many
it
of
should
the,
be a Stream Deck thing.
Yeah, it
Like,
should be a button on the
You should
stream deck.
have a
How many of these
Stream Deck
people have seen
button.
this? Have they seen this?
I don't know,
doesn't
but
matter.
they're about to.
They are about to.
If they've seen it once, then they'll want to see it again. I mean,
You were featured on Fails and Bails of the Week, right?
It's the wrecked one, right? Yeah, I was on Fails and Bails. Just like not a lot, but yeah, I was on there. Okay, we'll go full screen for everyone's enjoyment. All right, everybody ready? Has everybody got their popcorn? All right, here we go.
Oh, you're not playing audio.
Oh, hold on.
You got to reset with the audio.
Hold on, we'll get the audio. We'll get the audio. 1 second. I just have to go into one of these screens and turn on the audio. There we go.
Oh, hell. Sorry, save the bike.
That person blocking my way was John. See, I cleared it once. Well, I didn't clear it, but I jumped it once. Okay, all right, hold on. How do you? Is it this? Yeah. Okay, I'm wearing a chest camera. You can see the side of my head, up to and including some of the back of my head, both of my arms, and a foot.
Oh, so fantastic. Wild True play video. That's what I'm saying. Like, this should be, right there.
I think we know what episode 200 is. It's this on a loop.
I got more. That's nothing. I mean, it is something, but there's more. I do this a lot. Oh, here's one of our friends. We just scroll my YouTube channel all day.
Oh, snap. You're gonna have to go on YouTube.
Whoa!
I couldn't get.
Damn.
I couldn't get. It's good, kids.
Oh shit! God damn! Holy shit!
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Nice. It looked a little bit rough, but nice.
Redemption.
Nice. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Oh, dang. Hold on.
Oh, all day.
Wow.
There's also more of me getting hurt, if anybody was curious about seeing some of that on my YouTube channel. I get hurt a lot.
Yeah, drop the link in chat.
I don't have like a good...
Yeah, so I think pretty much everybody that goes riding now or at that time was a transplant. So everyone moved to Florida and then started mountain biking.
Half of us from Kentucky.
In Florida, the flattest state.
That's not true. Have you been to Nebraska?
Yeah, but much of it is at or below sea level. So if you're just joining us, this is the time when we normally live broadcast the podcast, but we've got some scheduling conflicts and such, so we're doing some live streaming, live coding of personal projects. This is working on Clayton's Blazor game engine project, as well as taking suggestions for episode 200 of the podcast. Right now, it's looking like Devil's Advocate episode. So we're going to talk about topics that we normally would advocate against and arguing in favor of them, such as rewrite the Big Bang. Speaking eloquently, apparently. Rewrite, Big Bang, Tiger Team, Phoenix Project, best practices, dependency injection, starting to build before your design is complete, starting to build before you have requirements.
So normal development.
You know, Tuesday, whatever.
I think I don't think Leslie got to try and jump a gator, but if he had the opportunity, I feel like he would do it.
I landed in the water a couple of times. If there were gators down there, they scattered.
Yeah, John knocked body parts off.
No, I knocked a tooth out.
That's part of your body.
But it wasn't part of my body because it was already a false tooth. So
oh well, you already got it knocked out before. I told you to stop talking back. What do I call this? It's on theirs they just have V for like for the vector, scale vector. Whatever. Well, this would be vector. It's like Victor, but
Victor.
What's your vector, Victor?
Vector 2. Vector equals new vector. No. Do I already have a vector? I don't think I have a vector. I want my own vector, not their vector.
Roger.
This is the. Yeah, I don't want that one. We'll figure that out in a minute. Vector 2. New vector 2.
Blazor Mr. Magoo has low standards, so we appreciate it. We appreciate you being here. Which version of C#? I'm assuming C# 9.
Probably. It's
.NET 5, C# 9.
Yeah, it's .NET 5. So whatever version is default with .NET 5. I haven't set a version. Which is... Yeah. What am I doing? There we go.
Good question.
I never know. No, don't do it. We can just make our vector down here.
We're doing scale? Scale. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're doing the one library per file is the programming style, in case anybody was curious. Struct. Not a struct. A strict. It's a struct. Struct. Vector 2.
Yeah, I think the problem is he hasn't defined what Vector 2 is yet.
Yeah. CTOR. What are the parts of a vector? XY? I think vector 2 is just XY. Yeah. Introduce get only auto property. There, we can do that for now, and then scroll up. Okay, vector 2, and the vector 2 that we're creating is 2, 3. Okay, now we need a scale. I thought... Didn't we already create a scale method? Is it not filled out? Or nope, didn't make one.
Yeah, I thought you had started it, but...
Well, Clayton's mostly following a JavaScript example off of GitHub and then re-implementing in C#.
Yeah, for anybody curious, I'm totally copying GL Matrix. I mean, as much is as reasonable in a JavaScript to C# conversion. This is temporary. Both Ash and myself dislike the out parameter here. And I'm not actually using it as an out parameter in C# because the variables being passed the way they are, I can still replace the values without replacing the object, so it doesn't have to be an out parameter. But it's not needed, I don't think. So we'll probably get rid of it as long as there isn't some actual reason for having it.
Which, who knows?
Wish I had all this in my head.
We may find out that there is a reason. But
It's happened before. That's why I'm not getting rid of stuff immediately. Okay, so double.
Hey, we charted in Brazil
What's that mean? Are we famous?
on the Apple Podcast.
Oh. Are we up there with BTS?
And Hungary, apparently.
Okay, then yep, so double V0. There's an awful lot of value copying. And I get that it might be necessary somewhat, but at the same time, like the only thing that we're saving with this pattern right now is we're saving the memory allocation per call, right? Because we're passing in an already allocated matrix, which, given the context, is probably a good thing.
Yep.
I still feel like, though, you could say out dot scale AV.
Yes, I agree.
Optimize later. Finish implementation.
I mean, we're just goofing around, really, aren't we?
Squirrel.
Why is that?
No,
mad at
the
me?
goofing around was the mountain biking.
Why is this mad at me? Oh, because I don't have reasons.
Yeah.
It needs to.
Should just be able to copy
It
and
needs
paste
to
that
have.
from Matrix,
Yeah.
right?
It doesn't have to inherit from anything, but it does have to have this.
No, clipboard
this,
inheritance.
This right here. I don't know what you're talking about.
So Tech Workbench says, when I did university, a professor asked me following, do you know if there is a code converter from C++ to Java?
What?
Give him a year and a half and Clayton will write one.
Oh, we got a new project? Okay.
Sure,
So
why
I
not?
For episode 200.
This would be underscore vector.
I think maybe episode 400.
Vector, and then this wouldn't be that. It would be.
You're not that.
It's a double array, and it equals. This is 0, 0. What you mad about?
Why didn't you put these both in the same spot?
Both the classes? I don't know. Oh, I just do. Oh, what? That goes there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh wait, is this? Oh, we're doing
It's-
these. Oh, I see. I
It's-
see.
It's a
Never
vector,
mind.
and it's a
I get
thing.
it now. Never mind.
Vector.
I thought all of these other methods were in their own. Since they're all static, they run another static class.
Then I can get rid of.
No, he's going to
this.
click on vector 2 and he's going to hit Control RO. And then he's going to hit enter twice.
Rho equals x. Vector 1 equals y. What?
Control RO.
Oh, this has to be a class now. And then, yeah. I don't know if I like this. Figure it out. What?
Maybe the professor wanted to chase bugs. Maybe it was part of his thesis or something.
Why is that protected? Was it protected up here? Aye.
That's what my aerospace professor would just do. Is he would assign
I
the
guess it'd just be public.
code to us to figure out where the bug was and fix it. So that's how I learned Fortran 77.
It's paid off dividends.
Yeah, I've used it so many different places.
Stop it. Result 0
I'm
equals.
pretty sure he then took that back to
times.
whatever contractor that he was getting paid for. So
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, I kind of wish the Visual Studio do the thing that like Excel does, where you can like, if there's a number in a column, you can like do the magical drag down thing, and it just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be neat and only useful in a couple situations.
You should file an issue.
I should do something.
See if they can devote some manpower to that.
0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yep. 0, yep. And all the things. Yep. Caught the stuff.
you need a 4 and a 5.
I do not need a 4 and a 5. What do you... Stop confusing me. All right. So what's the complaint about?
Hey, you can do a lot of stuff in the spreadsheet, including Flight Simulator.
Is that the right values? No, that's not the right values. We copied those from up there. Okay. Well, that's part of the problem. I never got finished rewriting the test. Go figure. To be equal-ish.
To be fair, you had a failing test. So
It's true. Okay, scale. Okay, so
I don't think that's how that works.
we expect the out matrix to be 2, 4, 9, 12. Okay, good. We expect the out matrix to be result for them to be the same, and we expect that matrix A has not been modified. So I can come here and say 1, 2, 3, 4, and matrix A, and everything should be hunky-dory. Good.
Now we copy and paste that whole
We
thing.
copy and paste it, and we change it for the situation where the out matrix is matrix A with, stop it, output matrix A, matrix A, matrix A, and delete. Green. Yay! Yep, that's the 2 test scenarios. Oh, here's one for a string representation of the matrix. That'll be good. Blazor, Mr. Magoo, it would not be 1 week. That would be a new months long project.
it's true.
There'd be a couple weeks before I even got it to compile, pretty sure. I've looked at VS extensions before.
There's a point of no return for NuGet packages.
Yeah, it's after you publish them. No, I don't know. What exactly do you mean, Tech Workbench?
It's out in the wild. Now you have to support it.
It feels weird doing that. Convert to string.
Is that your water heater?
That or
No.
the toilet's running.
Something's running upstairs.
Oh, how many is too many packages to use for a feature? Like if you have to bring in
One
the
more
world.
than you need. I don't know. I mean, obviously,
Depends on how cool the packages are.
Yeah. Fewer is probably ultimately better. But if you need them, you need them.
Yeah, but then that becomes an exercise in library creation and maintenance and structure, right? Because at some point you can create a core library that is 6 gigs worth of cruft.
It's all good.
That
It's
you
getting
don't
deployed
need.
to Azure. It's fine.
Right. Or you can break out little utilities, or you can break out little single use, single purpose, single feature libraries and bed. Single feature, maybe it is large and encompassing, but
I mean, honestly, so the same thing with JavaScript. When you compile for release, it does tree shaking, and it's supposed to remove any functions that aren't actually referenced by your code. It's not perfect. There are cases where you can trick it, and it doesn't realize that something is used. Or if you turn on the right compile flags, it doesn't realize that something, it doesn't realize that something is being used, and you'll actually break when you deploy.
but that's fine and all. But still, and maybe this is
from a
good.
discipline standpoint, yeah. But
Yes, yeah. For this would be a good part of the conversation. That yes,
put a pin in
that's
that.
all well and that's all well and good, except that don't make me download 6 gigs worth of stuff just because I needed a logger.
I will now intentionally add packages to projects where I work on them with John.
I will reject your pull request and delete your branch.
What if they're cool?
If it's cool, you definitely want to bring it in.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
I mean, you can find a use
That
for it
was
later.
usually my main requirement for packages.
It should return a string representation of the Z matrix.
All the cool kids are using it.
Yeah, like AutoMapper. AutoMapper is cool.
Yep.
So I bring that in automatically for every project.
No, I told you about the project template that the one place had that it was an API project template that would bring in EF Core and Dapper and gRPC. What else? And AutoMapper and Mediator before it did anything.
Yeah.
Just in case.
That sounds reasonable to me
Just in case.
because those are all cool.
Yeah. And you're going to want to use EF Core, Dapper, and gRPC all in the same project for sure.
Exactly.
I mean, I would.
Right.
To make it simple and less complicated.
Oh, dang it. Mr. Magoo.
Yeah,
I
I was
didn't mean
gonna
to let
say.
you down. I got carried away. You gotta keep me on the straight and narrow. Clearly, I will drift if given the opportunity.
Oh, and Newtonsoft and system.text.json. Just in case.
Just in case. So that you can use 2 different kinds.
Right. Because JSON serialization is... You want options, I guess.
You do. Yeah, like some objects you would use Newtonsoft to serialize and deserialize, and then some use the other.
I don't like being boxed in.
Exactly. Don't want to paint yourself into a corner.
Right.
You're not a cat. You don't climb into boxes.
Not anymore. Template string?
So, that, sushi Who is it? Sushi Stir?
Sushinator.
Sushinator. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to start adding Twain to all of my projects now, in case I need to
Just
scan.
scan our libraries just because.
Just because.
Or Sushinature. I don't know.
He's the
I think-
sushi nader.
Think,
Sushi nader. Like Terminator, but with sushi.
but also German, so could be pronouncing it all kinds wrong. So sorry about that.
I think there's only one way to say you gotta Arnold it up.
Going to bump you up.
I'm going to feed you some sushi.
I like sushi.
No, there's nothing past 3. Stop it.
Remember that
4 and 5.
sushi? Was that sushi place over there?
Oh, the drive-through sushi
Yeah, the
place
drive-thru sushi place.
across the street from the pawn
Was that
shop.
Sushi to go or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea. Why? No.
It wasn't bad. We tried it.
It was down the street from the vet clinic.
Yeah.
Drive-through sushi across the street from the pawn shop.
Questionable.
In the cheap Chinese place.
How can I can't scroll.
It was good cheap
sideways,
Chinese place.
And then I gotta scroll all the way down and then back over. String add LDU frob. That's the next function. Ash,
What is that?
what is frob? For
Well,
anyone who doesn't know,
yeah.
you know the Frobenius norm of the Matrix. What is that?
Well, it's the frob.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't know. This is new to me.
Frobenius norm.
And just for anyone playing along at home, make sure you turn on safe search before you try that.
Yeah.
I think they made that up just to throw it in their library.
Frobenius norm from Wolfram Math World.
Yeah. It's there. It's a real thing.
And continue.
There are
And it's
words,
the
man.
square root of the sum of the absolute squares of its elements. Oh, okay.
Ash is like, oh, I got it now.
I recognize
I
all
don't
the
know what
words.
it's doing. I don't know exactly what it's doing, but so you take the square of each of the elements and then you sum them all up.
Oh, look at this magic.
And
Pretty
then
sure
you-
that's an epsilon.
Look at
Yep,
this
that's
magic.
the epsilon.
This one doesn't have an out,
What?
right?
Yeah, that's because they're not. It's not a magic. It's a scalar.
It's because nobody knows what it does.
Yeah, we know what it does. I don't know why it does what it does. I don't know what the value.
Because
what
this
that
guy
means.
named Frobenius,
Frobenius,
It's called
man.
he
The
thought that
Frobenius norm.
that was normal.
Or the Hilbert-Schmidt norm, though the latter term is used more frequently in context of operators.
It's also sometimes called a Euclidean norm.
Why didn't we do that one? Why isn't this Euclid norm function? Why's it gotta be Frob?
Because Euclid, he has like his name on a lot of things.
He does have
so
his name on some stuff. We just spread the love around. We gotta.
Exactly.
Oh, not from Frob. Oh, what am I doing? Don't.
Yeah, actually,
Don't.
linear algebra is one of the areas that I don't know.
Fail.
I get very, very bored with.
Oh, I need to see. I'm in the wrong. Everything.
It's just super tedious, in my opinion.
I
And someone's already figured it out,
Can't read
so
that.
just
What?
just use it.
You need a matrix hunt package. Yeah, there we go.
Look at all, it has 10 of downloads.
Count them. 10. It's trustworthy. Nope. Nope. all wrong. Should return the Frobenius norm of the matrix. Of course. Assert. What?
Math.hypod.
Math squirt. Pow, 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 pow.
I'm sorry, what?
What is hypod?
It's the hypotenuse, obviously.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, which is about the same. Yep, okay. That makes sense.
This is a testing.
Which is the square, is sum of the squares.
This is a testing no-no.
It should equal the implementation that we just implemented.
So that's power 1 to the power 2, power 2 to the power 2, power
It's
raising 3 to the power of 2, and
it's-
raising 4 to the power of 2.
It's math squirt. Pow, 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 pow.
So the only thing is that 1 should come from where's the setup?
I just feel like this shouldn't
should-
be calculations. It should be a number.
But why?
Because when you so look,
Because that is the implementation.
yeah.
It
If we
isn't.
go,
It isn't the implementation.
No, that's the mathematical implementation.
from where's Frob? Scale. From rotation.
Tech workbench. I think you mean recursion.
Frob. Math dot. Hi pot.
Right. But that is what the hypod is doing.
Right. Yeah. Guess what HiPot's doing is. It should be the constant value, not a calculation in and of itself. When you verify a calculation with a calculation, it's bad.
I disagree.
You would.
Why? Why would it be bad?
You're about to find out. That almost works. Watch this. Squirt. Pow. Pow. Pow.
Except you should do matrix sub 1, matrix sub 2, matrix sub 3.
Oh, but that's
matrix
not
sub
what they
4.
did.
No, but they didn't have a
But that's
matrix
not
sub
what.
A.
But that's not what they did.
That's not
Confirm.
because you're just using magic strings there. They used also magic strings, but they used magic strings twice. And confirm it.
It's not a string.
Or whatever. Magic numbers.
What's it griping about here? I got a thing down
That
here.
you didn't use matrix.
No, because I'm not returning a matrix. Just return A. And I don't. It's not going to be a matrix anyway, right? It's
No,
going to be
it's
a double.
a double.
We're going to call it a double. 0. Why not? Oh well, that's. Yeah. No, we're good. So I can actually have a result. I can type it right.
Come on.
And then see. So it should be that number, which I'm going to break into.
But that's not.
Oh, I can't. Play. What? But that's not what.
It's not a nice number.
I don't care if it's a nice number. It is the number.
You're not a nice number. Blazor Mr. Magoo says, for the dad suggestion, is using result everywhere better than using X?
I mean, it's slightly more. No, we should use X.
And I think Tech Workbench meant recursion.
How many times are you going to say that? Like,
Until
it's-
somebody
till it's
laughs.
Funny.
See? It's still wrong.
Yeah, because it's comparing it to 0. You ding dong. I bet I don't have math high pot, and down here I'm going to do math pow 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 pow.
That's what you should do, yes. Except you don't have to do math pow. You can just use caret. You could do math dot square root.
Math squirt.
And then matrix A, or A of 0 caret 2 plus, yeah, caret 3 or 2.
Well, they can't. Oh, they all are all 2. Yeah.
They're all 2. But then this is.
Oh, it can't be applied to doubles. I gotta do pow 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 pow.
Oh, you gotta do pow. Okay, there you go. That's stupid.
I mean,
You should override, overload the caret operator.
I don't know what we're doing for the next hour and a half.
All right, it passes.
I mean, why didn't you override the caret operator? That's kind of what I'm now.
No, it didn't. It didn't say that operator didn't exist. It said that it could not be applied to double and double.
Huh? I don't understand.
It didn't like that idea.
You didn't like that idea.
Oh no! Drop my drill.
Does C# have a hypotenuse calculation?
I don't know. Why don't you Google it? Type. Oh, it doesn't like the way I spelled frob. Frobe. I don't know. Okay, well that's the only one thing there. So, now we have the LDU, whatever that means. Look at this setup. Oh, you can't.
You're not showing us.
Yeah,
you can't see everything I see. What?
I mean, it doesn't, and I'm happy because it should be the sum of the squares. Would be a better name for it, but because a hypotenuse is a very specific thing. It's a sum of the squares of 2 right angle triangles.
But if we had 2 double up arrows, wouldn't that just be like a creepy guy looking at you with their eyebrows?
It's a 2x2 matrix, so
Yeah,
there are 2 triangles,
but there are 4,
and they're both right triangles.
No, but you're doing a sum of 4 squares.
Then why does hypot take 4 values?
Because it's stupid. It only takes 2. I mean, the real hypotenuse. My guess is that hypot actually takes as many values as you want to give it, because it's really doing a sum of the squares.
Check.
It's 4 pounds.
Yeah, when we get to the 3x3 and the 4x4. I lost my window.
We don't need the 3x3, do we? For any of the stuff we're doing yet.
We don't need
you
the 2x2.
Huh?
We don't need the 2x2.
Why not?
Have we done any 2x2 matrix calculations yet?
I thought so, yeah.
No.
Oh. Why did we start with 2x2?
Because in a lot of this stuff, the way that you get the solution for a 3x3 and a 4x4 is by using the values of the smaller matrices.
This is
like
true.
like mathematically, to get the identity of
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
4x4, you get the identity of
Are we
the
doing 3x3s
3x3s that
then?
are in the 4x4, and you also get the identity of the 2x2s that are in the 3x3 in order to get the identity for
Yep.
the 3x3s.
So maybe I missed it. Are we doing? We are using 3x3 or 4x4?
We 4x4 is the one we need.
Gotcha.
A matrix 4 is the one we need. I am making an assumption. I have not looked in the library, but I'm making the assumption that when they go to calculate the identity and the inverse and a few other things for the 4x4, they will use the 3x3 and the 2x2.
Got it. What you need, Jess?
I need my pants.
Something happens sometimes.
Have you seen my super suit?
Hyper order transform.
Hypot? Is that? It's not hypotenuse. Is it? Is it something else? Or are you ordering something from Amazon? Oh, that's what Mr. Magoo said. Okay.
Yeah, I was quoting.
Oh, dang it! I lost it again. Okay, there it is.
I've not heard this before.
It's probably in a science fiction movie. Okay. We describe. Up, down, left, right, side to side.
BA. Select start.
Void. We've lost people. I'm sad. L do. No, L do.
What does L do?
I don't know. Probably the same thing R does.
Have we ever seen monkey user what? What?
No.
Have you ever seen monkey user? Yeah, I think you can share a link.
I'll let the Johns approve, and then
We haven't disabled it, so
we'll see what goes on. No,
Don't
I
abuse it.
meant like you guys can follow the link.
safe search.
If it's a link, it doesn't matter what your search is set to.
Blasphemy. My goodness, it's like an XKCD that just keeps on going.
Doesn't XKCD keep on going?
Well, that one does for sure.
Wow.
Hey, I've worked on this project.
LDU, L result, D result, U result. Okay, so matrix 2 L, comma D, comma U.
I don't see what the problem is.
See that window right in the middle? I implemented that one.
Well, that's crooked. Cockeyed.
No, not that one.
Oh, the security.
The stained glass one.
Oh, stained glass one.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know you worked.
I
in
spent like
stained
6 months on that.
Bar result equals matrix 2 dot LDU. LDU. What? 4, 3.
You know this is a legacy project because it's hitting the database right away.
Yeah, I can't think of a single modern application that hits the database right away. New. Double. Okay, fine, whatever. All right. I don't know what any of this is doing. L result create. D result create. U result create. What? Don't know what this does.
But how many pals are too many pals?
16.
Is that the number of function expressions you can have chained together?
No idea. Oh, 16 is the number of generics you can have in a func or action.
Yeah. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, I don't know where the 16 came from, though. You asked a question, and that's what came out. Uh-huh. I don't even know where to begin to understand what this is doing just by looking at the setup.
Well, one is an L.
Oh, so the L, okay. If you just look further down, you can see, here, I'll show you. If you look right here, the L is the lower triangular, the D is the diagonal, and the U is the upper triangular matrix. Ugh. I still don't know what that means, but now we know. L result 2 equals 1.5. U result 0
This
equals
takes in nothing.
4. Man, I don't know. No, it takes in several things. It takes in all those things.
It's
Oh,
a
right.
test method.
We're doing the test method. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing the test method.
Right on. I was like, what the heck? That's
Right
why I
on,
was
man.
Confused.
And then U result 1 equals 3. U result 3 equals okay, so now we got to make that not protected. It can be public now because it's being accessed. Yep. That apparently isn't being used yet. Result 0 to be L result, result 1 to be D result, and result 2 to be U result. Yep, what was that?
Ding. Press are done.
Okay, so assert R equal L result and result 0 L du, of course. I don't like this function. I don't like this function at all.
It doesn't like you either.
Yeah, I got it. I know. I'm on it. Don't worry, I got your back. It's getting checked in this way. It's never changing. Yeah, so now LDU. Scroll down. Past frob. Public static matrix 2 array LDU. And it takes in a matrix 2L, matrix 2D, U, and a double array. What do they call it when they get to the place with the stuff and the things? A, of course. Why wouldn't they call it A? Okay, so L2, no, stop it. L2 equals A2 divided by A0, U0, A0. for you, Ash. A1. U3 equals A3 minus L2 times U1. I feel like this function is just somebody messing with me. Stop that. Okay, there we go. I don't know what the heck I would ever use this for. All right. Well, the conversation seems to have wound down. In that I was just saying A0, A1, A2. And you guys were sitting there being quiet. So either
I'm trying to understand
I've got the
function.
audience hyper engaged, or we are at the end of our normal streaming time for Mondays. So
Nobody knows what's happening.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's
the truth.
that's mostly where we're at. Yeah, I don't understand that function whatsoever. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, so I do think that I could say I could probably say something in the test, but I'm not going to do a comment because comments are evil. But I can say lower triangular, diagonally, and upper triangular. And then that'll be something. I'll probably never look at this test again until, well, I mean, we'll do the refactoring, but what I really would like to do is find a better name for LDU. But I don't think that like lower diagonal upper is going to make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, this actually feels like 3 different functions, to be quite frankly.
I think that they're related though.
That might be.
I think that it is part of a single equation. It's just like,
no, it's not though, because if you look down at the actual implementation, right?
What I mean is, so the values are connected. So in the case where you need one of them, I'm guessing that you actually want all 3.
That's very possible.
Otherwise, why would they be stuck together like this?
It's very possible that would be the case.
Tech Workbench. Should you comment to the test and know what LDU is?
Yeah, no, I saw that. I changed the method name.
Okay.
I'm ordering the math book now.
That's probably a good idea. Couldn't hurt. I've got that Cracking the Coding Interviews book, which is supposed to have a bunch of
We got matrix
algorithm stuff in
methods
it.
here. Let's see if there's an LDU in matrix methods.
Yeah, quote something from Happy Days. Ash is lost, but start talking about matrix math, and he's like, "Let me grab this book that I've got right here."
Upper triangular matrices. Yeah, LDU.
I was just reading this last night. Matter of fact, the kids and I were huddled around the fire and reading passages together.
Let it be known that when the matrix is multiplieth by the identity we receiveth.
LU decomposition.
See it? Oh, they called it LUD?
No, just LU.
Oh.
The diagonal probably is.
It's LU decomposition. Got it. I thought it was LUD composition.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like that's a decent stopping point for right now.
Are you actually going to
can check
commit
the
this,
other
or do you
bug.
want to
This-
break it first?
No, I'll you know what? I'll go ahead and well, one second. Let me duplicate the tab.
Now, are
And
you
then
going to?
I'm gonna
you
grab
gonna-
the README right now. I'll paste the README. Then we'll do a commit. And then we'll,
And you'll add Blazor Mr. Magoo into this commit for his contribution of confirm.
Yes. Why is everything so zoomed in? I want to see the code. Show me the code. No, show me the code. I've got everything so zoomed in that it thinks I'm on a phone, so it only wants to show me the README. Licensing. All right, so we're gonna copy that. We're gonna go here. I think I want to put it. I want to put it here inside this math folder. New item. Is there not like a anything? Just do a file. Sure. Light. License. .md. Oh, good. It didn't .mdjs me. Oh, don't do that. Oh, you jerk. It auto-copied the stuff that it pasted in. Oh, why'd they have to make it all in one solid line of junk here? Come on now.
Oh, tech workbench. My father was a retired engineer and gave tutoring math and physics lessons from when I was 10 to when I left when 22.
That must have made homework fun.
My dad's a high school math teacher, so
That was neither a confirmation nor a denial.
My father was a Presbyterian minister.
You don't
We
need to
didn't get
learn
into
this.
matrix math very
no,
often.
he didn't get to matrix math very often. We didn't either. I really do find. But yeah, triangular matrix. I have it right here in our linear algebra book.
I thought matrix math was pretty cool in high school for like matrix encryption and stuff. I wrote an encryption program in C plus, whatever language it was, and
And then converted that to Java.
no, I didn't do Java in high school. I did Turbo Pascal, QBasic, Visual Basic, C++, and just a little bit of HTML, JavaScript. Not very much of that at all, though, because the internet had really just been invented when I was in high school.
I did Mavis Beacon teaches typing.
But my matrix encryption program actually worked for text files. It worked great for text files. When you encrypted like a bitmap, it would turn it black and white. Like it would grayscale an image for some reason that I didn't understand. I later found out sort of why it was doing it. I was using the ASCII values of the characters that were in binary form to do the encryption. So something was lost in translation because I wasn't using the binary value. I was using the ASCII value of a binary file. Byte. Didn't always work out. But it worked great for text files. You could encrypt it with a special key matrix, and then you could decrypt it with the identity of, or not the identity, the inverse of the key matrix. I believe that's how it worked. Oh, right. We were doing a thing. All right, so goodness, special Thanks to Blazor, Mr. Magoo, for the suggestion to alias assert as confirm.
We're calling this blame. That's what's happening.
Can I do like an @ Is that a thing? The Matrix library is coming along. Still lots to do. There we go. Perfect. Pull, I mean, just in case. Somebody may have made changes. I don't know. Canal. Boosh. So now we should have that copyright in there, which should absolve us of any issues. And then at some point, it'll probably get removed because we will have modified the code to the point where it's not even close to the original code. I don't necessarily like some of the structural patterns that they're using, so that'll probably get changed. I'd rather use structs, and I'd rather access. Well, so for like the matrix, accessing it as an array, sure, fine. But like a vector, I would rather have the vector 2 accessed as XY, and a vec 3 be XYZ, and a vec 4 XYZW. So there are changes that I will want to make. Yeah. Okay. And it should still work. We haven't broken anything. Mostly because this code isn't doing anything.
Prove it.
I'm trying. I told it to run. Is it not running? Run. Play. F5 didn't work. It's weird. Oh yeah. Look at that color rotating fire. Given that it's a square picture, I feel like it might have been better for the fire to start in the middle and work its way out instead of starting on the outside and working its way in.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense to me. And on that bombshell, I'm assuming we'll be back on Wednesday.
I'm probably doing the same thing
For live coding live stream Wednesday at our normal time, 8 p.m. Eastern for Wednesdays. If you like what we do here, be sure to like and subscribe and do all the things. Follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the podcast. Clayton and or Ash, you want to drop the link to the GitHub repo if you want to follow along and give Clayton a star, that'd be fantastic.
I don't have it open.
I'll see if I can get it quickly.
I get it. Clayton Blazor game. So here is the repo. So follow along at home, give it a star, all that fun stuff. We will be back, like I said, on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then the following week, we will be back for live streaming of the podcast at 6 p.m. Eastern on Monday. And still looking for additional suggestions for episode 200, where we will be covering devil's advocate topics. So if you have something you'd like us to cover, let us know. Leave us a comment, do all the things. With that, we will rate our friend over at Mastermind.io and say goodnight, everybody.
Thank you as well, Mr. Magoo. We also enjoyed the stream. Good night, everybody.